Here we go. Can you press that one? Hello, y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in into It Takes a Village talk show. So let's talk. And I am here with we are at the WIYD Internet Radio Station studio. So I'm trying to make it where y'all can see us. And so this is our very first time, very first show. Can you see me over here, Anthony?
Yep.
And so um and then we have Sandea as engineer. We're not going to show a picture of her. Hey, Sandea. So can you make sure we're that you can hear us? So just turn up the volume a little bit on the engineering side. Okay, so y'all, we're gonna get into it. We do apologize for coming late, starting late. We had technical difficulties, and again, this is new for me. I'm a little old. I haven't had shows in a long time, so we're just trying to make sure that we get it in and we come here and do what God called us to do. So again, welcome. My name is Dr. Shauna Whitehead, and we're gonna talk, and then I'm gonna introduce. He can introduce himself.
Minister Anthony Williams. y'all in for a good show. Like you said, we had technical difficulties, but we're here because this is the appointed time that we're supposed to be here. So y'all enjoy the show.
Yes. Okay. So y'all, it is y'all know me. For those who don't know me, first of all, I want to give a shout out to everybody that's listening. We are in 4 different countries, and we want to say a shout out to the United Kingdom. Sunday, what's the other ones over there that we can shout out to? It's on the bottom there. Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, and of course, USA. So can we hear the volume so we can make sure y'all can hear it on the radio station? And yes, you can tune in every day, 24 hours, to listen to us at Live 365, WIYD Internet Radio Station, and iHeartRadio. So we are so excited about that you guys can listen to us. All righty. So today we're going to be talking about recidivism. Y'all, let me get my glasses on because I'm sitting here trying to look like I don't need them, and I need these glasses on. So where is my glasses? Are they behind here?
Right here.
Okay, I knew I had them. Thank you. All righty. So yeah, you can turn it down now because we are live and we are on the station, so you can turn that down. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. And so we're gonna get started. So we're gonna talk about recidivism and what is that. So you probably said, what is recidivism? Okay, Anthony, I'm gonna let you take it away.
Yeah. So like you said, recidivism. For those that don't know what recidivism is, actually when you go to jail once and then get out and then go back, it's reoffending. So that's the sum of actually what it is. When you think of it, so you don't get the word, you hear it, and you're like, man, what is recidivism? No, it's just going back to jail a second time, third time, fourth time.
Yes. Okay, and it's real important, right?
Oh, definitely.
It's a big thing. You, Anthony, come on over here so they can see you on Facebook. We don't want to hit the wire, y'all. All righty, so okay, yeah. Can y'all see Anthony? We can see him good on here. All right, wave to us. So yeah, we on the back end of the studio. So we are streaming on all platforms. So if you happen to be driving in your car and you're listening to us, we want to say thank you for listening to us and things of that nature. So just give us a moment. We're a little rusty, but I'm gonna calm down because y'all, for the people that don't know me, they know I have to do everything in decent and order. And when things don't always go the way it's supposed to, right, I freak out. You know what I mean? So we was Yes. So you just got to turn up the volume. And so we were supposed to start at 12:30, but like Anthony said, technical difficulty. So that's why you come early. So just in case something happens. So anywho, We know that recidivism is real. I know for me, I have people in my family that have had the effects of recidivism. Also, we have a reentry program. It takes a village. That's where it came from. And our reentry program, we deal with a lot of people that are coming home from incarceration. And this topic is so, so dear to my heart, and so just so dear, because we know people that loved ones, friends, and family members that have a hard time adjusting to coming back to society for whatever reason. And we know that recidivism is real, and a lot of times people don't want to talk about it, but we need to have a good conversation about it. You think? Okay. So with that being said, give us your input on what's recidivism. I know you're a researcher.
So for me, when I think of it, like let me say it this way, because I was personally, impacted by it, going back and forth to the penitentiary, you're going in and out, and you're trying to change it, change the narrative, but you don't know how. And so a lot of time when people going back and forth to prison, the society don't know like what's really impacting, what's really being impacted, by us going back and forth to jail. So for me, when you look at recidivism, just looking at some of the numbers, right? Like it's a 70% chance that if you went to jail once, you're going twice. And if you went twice, the percentage even gets higher, right? And so when people, going back and forth, but then here's a fact that we do have to pay attention to. So when you going back and forth to jail, you got to understand this. There's a cost. So the United States in 2024 spent $182 billion incarcerating people. So when you think of that money, who you think paying for? The taxpayers. So now you're looking at, one, my family members locked up. That's an impact. And then I got to pay the cost while he locked up. As a matter of fact, you're paying twice, because most people calling home saying, can you send me some money? So it's a lot when we deal with, recidivism. How do we lower it? Because the whole reason behind the show is improving individuals who's coming home, their reentry, process. So when you come home, man, we're just trying to improve that for you. When you reenter, get back into society, we don't want you to have this. It's already you up here, but then you nosediving, because we see it. People come home, they have good intentions, right? And then now the support that they need, a lot of time people don't know what support do he really need or she really need. Right. You're giving them what you think they need, but instead you're not understanding what is it that they really need, because we can't keep being impacted. The community is impacted, the taxpayers are impacted, families, and the individual themselves, whoever's locked up, is impacted. Right. So,
and then I'm going to say this too. When you, because of being impacted like that, it does play with a person's mental too, because they're trying to understand that I did all this time. I'm trying to see what's going on, and I did everything y'all told me to do. And then when I come out, it's nothing here for me. Right. And my thing is, even with the prison system, it needs to be something with that. Who comes home and don't have no housing? Right. Who comes home and don't have the resources that they need? And you can't just depend on just because someone say, oh, Billy, when you get out, TT got you. A lot of times when Billy get out, TT done moved or changed their mind, and Billy just out here trying to fend for himself. So we have to do better as a society. So I'm glad that you hit on some points on that. And y'all, I just want y'all to know that this is gonna be real conversation. We got a number that y'all can call us in at. And we want to hear from you. We want to hear some severities that people have went through. Coming back into society. Before we continue to go on, you all, we got to take a quick commercial break. So we will be right. We got to take a quick commercial break because we got to pay some bills, and so. Yeah, that's that. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So on our end, even though we on YouTube, I do want to talk about what for our commercial break. Oh, he's right behind me. All right. So I wanted to say, It Takes a Village is having their seventh annual toy giveaway, which will be Saturday, December 19th, 2025, from 12 to 2 p.m. If you are a person that if you know your loved one or someone is incarcerated, they qualify for this toy giveaway. Okay, we want to be a blessing to your families, and at that time, you will be able to take pictures and everything like that. So we showing the community that we're, giving away, doing what we said we're going to do, especially for our donors. So if you want more information, you can go to our website. It Takes a Village reentry dash. It takes a village. www. Dot reentry dash it takes a village.com. Okay, and also our Facebook and our website has the information, and also our Instagram page. Everything, you'll have all the information so that you can sign up. And if you want to be a donor, we're looking for all donations, monetary, so we can be a blessing to our community. And again, it's for those who are incarcerated, or if you were on probation or something like that. But if you don't have, if you're not a justice involved individual, this particular toy drive is not for you. You can give us a call at 414-279-6656. Again, 414-279-6656. And then the next thing we have is our youth program that started here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Unfortunately, we're not doing no live streams for the youth program. You have to be present, and it's from ages 9 to 21. It starts December 5th through January 23rd. It's an 8-week free program, and it's every Friday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Transportation is provided by Second Chance Transportation, and some of the things that your kids will be a membership of NAACP. We go on field trips, community engagement. We have partnered up with now Prison, where they're going to do some cooking classes, some etiquette skills. It's a lot. We buy the children stocks. We teach them financial literacy. So it's a lot that they learn in these 8 weeks. If you want to register your child, and you can please give us a call at 414-279-6656. And if you want to donate for a child, because we have 10 children we can only do, and we need sponsors, please give us a call. We'll show you how to do that, because we are looking for sponsorships to sponsor a child. Okay, so that is that with our commercial. Okay, so welcome back.
Yes.
Okay, so Anthony.
Yes, yes.
Now let me just say this. Back to conversation, I was going to say, what's some of the things that you have noticed with recidivism? Why is it so high?
Well, I'll say this. The reason that some of the things that I have personally dealt with, and then, going inside the prisons, helping people to stay free, not going back, because I'm somebody that I've been free for 20 years. And so I followed these same principles, these steps, because people coming home, here's one of the biggest things that people do. So in jail, you say you want to get a GED, you follow the steps. You have time slots. You get up at 8, 9, whatever you're doing, everything in that time slot is filled, right? When you come home, all of that time slot is open. And now you're not thinking the same way you was thinking there, because you had a goal. Oh, I want to get a GED, or I want to learn this, or I want to do this. And so now when you see guys coming home, what you see is guys reverting back to, hey, the same mentality, the same behavior that got me in jail. I had nothing in those time slots filled so that I can be productive during that day. Because if you wake up every day, like what we doing now, we had a time set, and we, met that time. This is an obligation because we're looking for an outcome and a goal. But a lot of guys don't do that when they come home. Sadly, what they do is they revert back, because now that's why the PO will say, what are you doing with your time? You need to, and the sad part is this: a lot of guys in jail, let me say this because it's a 2-part thing. They don't do the work that they need to do in jail a lot of time, because the work that they need to be done, people are not bringing that and presenting that. You know, because when you getting out of jail, you know, like when me and you whip inside the prison,
we inside of.
Most guys are saying what the thing that I can't even see that ain't even happen is what I'm focused on.
That's right.
You know, and so now the people that's bringing it in is telling them, let's focus on this, and they're not bringing that conversation up. You know, that was one of the things we had did, going in and saying, let's have a real conversation, because we know recidivism is 70%, and we know for sure that, hey, bro, it's a possibility you going back to prison.
That's right. And I'm gonna say this, lean in so you can get in, so they can see us. I should have put that camera over there, but the next week, y'all, the next show gonna be a lot better, right? What I was gonna say, the thing is, and a lot of government funding assume that, you know, they assume the government funding, assuming that it's working, but the government is even getting upset. Am I talking right?
Oh, yeah.
Statistics are showing that the government is getting upset because they're funding all these programs and the programs ain't working.
Right.
Because there a lot of times programs are doing just programming, and they're not going to hear from the people that are actually serving time.
Right.
And that's what we do. We are in 7 correctional facilities within the state of Wisconsin. And the thing is, we're actually in there listening to and seeing the scenarios when, you know, what's happening, and especially when they come out. We see it because we have a reentry program outside of the prison, and we have one inside of the prison. And we're seeing the severity. It is no way, and I'm going to say this, I should say that laws should be changed, that when people get out of incarceration, that they can't find affordable housing.
Right.
Because they're judged on the type of crime they did, even though they can have A1 credit and they don't change their life, but they still can't get a house. Yeah. That is insane. That's just my opinion. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? So how can we, the thing is, we have to find tools to stop that. Yeah. Because if a person doing a 20-year bid, you got a whole year and a half really to be getting them ready to come back home.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. And it depends on what prison, what, you know, what you call that security they in, max, medium, minimum, because a lot of times you could be getting ready to get out, just did 20 years, but messed up while you was there. Now you in max when you should be in minimum.
Minimal.
Getting ready to reintegrate back to society. But it's a whole lot, like you said, that's happening. Yeah, they think that, are we giving this money? The government is giving money, but like you said, when I think it's like this. We put it like this. If we go to the doctor and we tell the doctor, hey, this is what's going on with me. If that doctor just take your opinion, I'm not educated, doc, I'm just giving you how I feel, and he operate on you, you're going to be pissed off because why? You didn't give me your expert opinion. You didn't put what you did on it. So when we go in, we're not just going in, right, as a novice. You know, hey, man, I don't know what I'm talking about. No, we actually know exactly what we're talking about, you know, and trying to help you. This is the goal is saying, man, I want to improve. When you transition to get back out here, I want that transition to be better. I don't want it to be, like you said, I don't have a house. Okay, we want to deal with that up front.
And why? And the thing is, talking about your mental while you're here, like when I'm at some of the prisons and we're teaching, and I'm like, okay, you don't wait till you get out to start doing that. You don't wait till you get out to say, okay, well, I'm out now. Now I'm gonna work on my budget. I'm gonna work on how to create a budget. Right. You need to be working on your budget now. Even though you might be getting canteen, you still gotta work on yourself while you're getting out. And these are things that we really need to talk about, because you can have all the resources in the world, but if you don't have a tool to operate those resources, it's just paper. It's just paper right here that's just flickering and it ain't doing nothing. Right. I'm just saying.
Or if you don't have the mind, you can. There's just plenty of resources that you know for sure. We've been working doing our thing for some years. Yeah. And I've been watching, like, you give people resources that they can't even use. It ain't that the resources don't work or they're not good. It's like you said, I didn't do the mental part. I didn't literally do the personal part. You know, that's the part that I really focus on. There's a whole lot of saying, man, listen, you got to be prepared for the gift. You know, we can give you whatever, but I'm not going to give somebody something that's going to turn out to be a curse. It's like giving a baby a car and, bro, it's yours. The cost that it's going to cost, you know, to do that, It's too much, and this is why these individuals is coming home. I didn't do the work that I need to do, right? Most time, and I'm being fair with it. A lot of time, people don't even know the work that they need to do, so they just do whatever they think they need to do, right? And then when it don't work, when you get out here, you find out pressure gonna show up, bro. You just like what you
Real
just said.
life shows up.
I was planning on my mama to be alive, but she did. I was planning on sister to be there, but now she can't. And now your whole plan is messed up. Like what today? We had a plan to be here at a certain time.
Yeah, we were here.
We
were here. We got listeners. See, we live. We got people listening. Sometimes it lags on the other end. I just had to say that. I mean, no, I just had to say that. So if you are listening live on the radio station, you can tune in to live365.com and then go under our radio station, or you can go to iHeart.com and go under WIYD internet radio station, and you'll be able to hear that too. So it is like a 30-second lag, because here it's showing that it's going.
Okay.
So with that being said, I love how we're having that real conversation, because we have to talk about this. And I'm gonna say this: if we, It Takes a Village is a nonprofit who partnered up with Provoking Thoughts. Anthony is the owner of Provoking Thoughts. So, and Anthony, tell the listeners what some programs you do, because his program has really helped It Takes a Village reentry program come alive. And Anthony and I both go inside the prisons, and we teach and we travel. So, not just in Wisconsin, we go to states too, or I should say, we're opening up to go to different states with our program because it's a must. But tell us.
Yeah, I mean, good. So, like you said, my company is Provoking Thought. God gave me, this ideal. And so for me, going inside with my company, it's always about, hey, bro, image, because who you are got you where you are, right? And it's about, man, finding out who you are so that you can connect your mind with the outcome that you say you want. Because you can say, hey, I want to, when I come home, I want to start a business. But you don't have the identity for it, bro. You still got a worker's mentality. You still got a lot of things that you have not got out the way. And so with Provoking Thought, it's an aligning yourself. One, let's hear this clear. Aligning yourself with the image that God has created man for. Because you can try to be whoever you want to be, and it don't work. But when you align, okay, God, I trust you that you created me to be this way, right? And then you package me up with a certain thing that makes sure that I can do the things that I'm set out to do. And so when I go in there, that's my goal, to say, man, there's an outcome that you asking for that you, image-wise, thought-wise, and action-wise, you will never, ever be able to reach. Because why? Who you are right now has given you an outcome. And if you try, it's kind of like if you try to, like, I love the Bible when it talks about the new man. So, and new man is not the old man being made better. But that's what people think. Like, I'm going to keep my same image and just learn new habits. No, that same image is, even though you got new habits, it's going to run an interference right when you get ready to try to make that move. Because coming out here, you got to be able to be settled. Like what this just happened. If we didn't have our minds where it needs to be, not having everything working right, it'll throw us back. And a lot of time when people coming home, that's what's happening. You're not ready for the opposition that when it shows up, it pushes you back to who you were. Because guess what? Most 99.99% of the people is still who they were when they went in, because the transformation haven't happened. It's just a transaction. I've learned a whole lot. But if you was a bully, right? Underneath, you all beautified up. If I hit you, the bully shows up. That part. Not the educated person. That part. You know what I mean? So this is why what I do when I go in, I try to make sure that I align the people with who God said they were. That's right. So that they can get the outcome, that God said they should get. And I'm going to say this, we do biblical principle. And that's what people don't understand. In order for you to know who you are and where you're going to go, you got to know who created you. You got to know your real identity. Like you say, not your lower man, but your spiritual man. You understand what I'm saying? And if you come out and you have not changed, mind shifted, you're going to go back.
because your life gonna life. Can I get a witness on that? Life is going to life, and you have to learn how to handle when people say no. You got to learn how to handle when it don't always go your way. Because when I tell you this, it's going, having, and I don't like calling people a criminal. I hate that word. You just did a crime. That's not who God says you are. Okay, you are just as involved individual. That's a lot better than saying what you call that, a criminal or inmate or none of that. You are not that. And so when you get out, it's very imperative and important that you get around individuals or people that's going to see the beauty in you that God said who you are. You cannot, and I tell them all the time, when you get out, you cannot go back to what you know. If your PO says, and you on paper, and they say not to hang around people or have gun or smoke weed or drink, then you need to honor what that your thing is saying. You got to do that, because if you don't, you can't get mad when you break the law, because they're going to do their job. Believe that they're going to do their job. And I'm going to say this: when you sign up to, you always say this, Anthony, when you sign up to get revocated, or when you sign up to do a crime, you doing just like this. I signed myself up to be a slave. I got to keep it 100, because the incarceration is $1 billion industry. Now, y'all think I'm lying? Google it yourself. Look it up yourself. It is $1 billion industry. And because everything comes from prison. The chairs come from prison. License plates come from prison. Furniture come from prison. Food, like in Florida, come from prison. They growing food. So it is known that if they was to stop all that, United States would be bankrupt. Let's just keep it a buck, okay? So when you get out, stop pillow talking with women or people that you know don't mean you no good. You know what I'm saying? And so you don't have to tell everybody you're on probation. They got that badge, just like if I say, hey, my name is Dr. Whitehead, here's my social security number. You know what I mean? When you tell people, hey, where you been? Oh, you can say, well, you know what? I was out of town, or I was just getting myself together. You ain't gotta say, yeah, I just got out of Dodge or Green Bay. Right. And then you get the honey with the biggest booty and the smile. And then you don't do what she wants you to do. What's she doing, boo? PO, and that's their job. Their job is they have to lock you up. I mean, they have to investigate. That's their job. I'm just being honest. That's their job. It's just like if you call CPS. If you call CPS on a parent, CPS is going to come out and investigate to make sure that kid or whatever is okay. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I want to piggyback when you said, because, like you said, I'm always talking about, you involuntarily volunteer to be a slave to the state. And so here's why it's so important, because you're unconscious. I'm not saying you are conscious. Listen closely. You are not conscious that this is what you're doing. You're involuntarily volunteer to say, hey, listen, because the police is never going to come looking for somebody and say, hey, y'all, the jail is lacking bodies. We need to get somebody locked up. So what we really, when you think about going inside, that's why it's personal. I'm telling you, it's personal, because I'm like, God, I never thought in a million years that I would be on this side.
Now tell them a little bit about where God brought you from. I ain't saying get all in detail, but people want to know, because I've never been locked up by the grace of God. But I had people and a husband and an uncle that did life in prison. My husband was locked up. I mean, had been arrested many times. And he finally got a clue and said, I don't want to keep going back to jail. He got himself together. But what I'm saying is, it's by the grace of God that I've never got locked up. But I have a heart for people who are just as involved. That's what I call them, just as involved individual. My heart goes heavy. And when you get in the prison system, you hear how they're being talked to. I don't care what they say. They did this, they did it. At the end of the day, they still a human being. At the end of the day, they still somebody's son, daughter, child, grandchild. So you don't need to talk at them. You can still talk to them and get your point across as an officer. I'm just saying. But go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, so for me, I first got incarcerated when I was 17, and so you don't even know the impact of what what it's going to be on your life. you look up
Talk to him
and you think like I'm 17 and it ain't gonna impact me later. And then when you get to the later, like I told my son this, I said, man, when you do decide to want some license, all that reckless driving, you're gonna have to pay for it.
That part.
Right? So what it did for me, because I went 3 times. That's why I'm passionate about helping other people to show them, bro, this is a spiritual battle that you up against, because you just don't see that I'm raising my hand to be somebody's slave. Your habits, your behavior, everything that's about you is saying, listen, I'm going back. Right? And I want you to control me, because anybody that went to prison, you know for sure you don't run nothing.
That's
Anytime
right.
somebody can tell you to take your clothes off, raise your balls up and all this stuff, whatever, right? And it's like a degrading, immoral thing that you got to get used to, because everywhere you go, as a man who want another man looking at him naked, so you have to go through all of that, and you still mentally. Here's the thing: I didn't know though that it was a spiritual battle. So what I did was I embodied all of the stress when I was in jail. So this is why a lot of times you see cats when they make it out here and they express that violence, because they've been sitting in there absorbing all those negative thoughts over and over and over and over. So when you get home, who you going to express it to? The people that's close to you.
That part.
So for me, going to prison 3 times, living that street life, it and it's like this. I was talking to somebody, and we was talking. I said, man, this is for me. It's like when people say retirement. There is no retirement for you if you play the game.
That part.
So you got to know, after you play the game, if you are blessed, I'm blessed to be here and to do what I'm doing today. So I get that, hey, God, what is it that you want me to do? I need to know steps now. I'm not just this kid moving off emotion. So I went through hell and high waters, 3 times incarcerated. Not only on that, now you got to talk about cancer and just the life of being a criminal, right? You lost, you hopeless, right? And then now you trying to figure out. It's like these guys. I always say, bro, you're not gonna have hope in a bad dream. Your dream, that what you got in your mind, bro, is a disaster. That you trying to have hope that it don't turn out like that. So for me, going to prison, I'm gonna say it this way: I thank God because it was training. Right? When God has an assignment, God knew that I would be sitting here today. Sitting here today, if I didn't have that experience, I couldn't be sitting here, because I wouldn't be able to have the communication. So me being locked up was a blessing. It's kind of like with Joseph, right? Joseph, at the end of everything that happened, Joseph said, you meant it for evil. Right? And that's what I look in the mirror and tell me, right? Bro, you meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. So for me, it's been a blessing, to learn it. I'm not telling other people, hey man, go to jail. No, that if that is your assignment, you're not going to be able to stop it. No way. But I'm telling you that if you're out here and you know for sure you're struggling, you got to get in contact with the people that can help you, because you have a spiritual battle.
That's right.
That your intellect ain't even coming to, like, it ain't even coming to your mind that it's me that's causing me all this harm.
That's right. And you know what? On another note, y'all, we have to go to a commercial. We got to do it. Okay, so y'all, listen. Let me say this again to you. That was really good, Anthony. Let me say this again to you. If you are a justice involved individual, we want to be a blessing to you. Now, one year we did have sent some toys to Atlanta. 1 year. So and I know this is worldwide, but if you have loved ones that are incarcerated and they have children, you can register for our free toy giveaway. We're located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now, let me just say this: the kids got to come. So, because there's a lot of fraud going on. So you got to bring your kids. We have it set up so nice that we take professional pictures with you for your family, and you get a copy of that picture and stuff like that. We want people that are justice involved to know, even though your loved one might be locked up, but we still love you. And it does take a village. It takes all of us to come together to support and help each other. That is Saturday, December 19th, 2025, from 12 to 2 p.m. It will be at 4429 West Fond du Lac Avenue. So if you want to know more about it, please visit our website at www.reentry-it takes a village, or you can also go give us a call 414-279-6656 6 for more information. And also, it'll be on our social media platforms. Make sure you follow us, like us, subscribe to us, because this ain't going nowhere. We're gonna be having real conversation with guest speakers and all different type of things. If you want to donate to us, please go to our website again, and then you can hit the link for the it takes a village toy giveaway. Okay. And then our next thing that we have coming up is our youth program. We have a youth program for It Takes a Village, and it's 8 weeks every Friday from 5 to 7. The new class starts December 5th through January 23rd, 2026, ages 9 to 21, and transportation is available, and the skills they will learn is life independent skills that we're partnered up with Prism entrepreneurship, and they're going to be learning cookie classes. We're going on field trips. They will be doing financial literacy. We do provide them with stocks, and they will be members of NAACP, the youth part of it. So it's a lot of stuff that we do with our young people. And so again, if you want to be a part of that, please give us a call at 414-279-6656. All righty. So that's enough of my announcements that I have. And so now we're going to get right back on into the show.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's say here, because you were on the road, you were saying some good stuff. Okay, so now what are some of the disadvantages that they face when they come home? I know we mentioned housing. What are some of the other ones?
Oh man, loss of connection from family. Because when you come home, like me, give you an example. So I left some babies when I come home like that I knew, but I didn't understand that they were some strangers. Had become strangers because time develops relationship, right? And time's breaking. And so when you come home, a lot of time you messing with the relationships. You not only do you don't have a house, right? You talking job, employment. It's like confidence. So because that's one of the biggest things that we dealt with. That soon as we get people to come home, we tell them, hey man, when you get to the program, when you get out, call us. They be shaking so hard, right? Because they in doubt mode. Ooh, I hope they really do it. I hope they really do it. So when they do come here and see us here, and we living up to the words that we gave them, right? What we see is like, hey, he didn't even have the confidence, right? You gotta establish confidence, man, that you can do this, because no matter what we do with the resources, give them to you. Like we got everything in here. But if me and you don't know how to deliver, it don't mean nothing.
It don't mean nothing.
So I think that's one of the biggest things. Like you said, housing, no jobs. That's why you do the employment, helping them fill out applications.
We do everything.
Now here it is. Remember, when you was like, man, guys don't even deal with the lights. I said, street cats don't play with lights.
Hey y'all, let me tell y'all, Anthony, even though he's a minister, we peanut butter and jelly, okay? But he was talking right when he had stated to me that, I said, okay, so Anthony was like, well, a lot of the gentlemen that are from the hood, from street, they don't have a license. And I said, that's not true, Anthony. And when I did my statistics of everybody that was coming through the reentry program and we was doing stuff, when I tell y'all he was telling the truth, because even my husband, and babe, I ain't trying to put you out there, but yeah, I said, well, you ain't got no license. And one of the things he said was that I didn't need no license. As long as the plates was good, right, and I could drive, I was good. And that is really the truth. I mean, everybody that came through our program, we said and we asked, because we have a supportive group, because it's very important when you get out that you have that support. And I'm not a part of that group. Anthony and Timothy runs that. But you got gentlemen that was incarcerated for 35 years that need that want that, need that help, like how to stay off probation, or how to deal with, while you on probation. And you need that. And every one of them brothers, am I talking right? Yeah. Did not have a license, but one or two.
Right.
But one or two.
And they had just got them.
Yep.
Because the license is so much that you don't know that you don't know. And the things that I remember coming home my first time being incarcerated at 17, I never had a car. I don't even know you got to register no car. So I'm riding around with the bogus plates on this car because I don't know. And I'm saying, street, when you playing this criminal game, your focus ain't on the right thing. Getting licensed, making sure my house, is straight, making sure that my relationships is good. You just literally wake up and, like I said, your time is reckless. You spend your time reckless. Hey, what you on? Whatever, right? And so when we dealing with recidivism, we're looking at the whole sum of it because we look at the impact, but it's saying, hey, bro, we need your help. You got to play a part in your rescue.
That's it.
Because we can't rest. It ain't nobody. I was just telling this to somebody. As a matter of fact, one of my mentees, and somebody I talked to a lot about it, right? I said, man, ain't nobody coming to rescue us. If the inner city does not put that cape on as individuals, right, and learn how to not be your enemy, you're gonna be fighting that lower self, right? Mm-hmm. But if you don't establish your higher self as the standard you live by, what you're gonna do is have high major falls. Yep. Because you're gonna rise. I don't care what you're doing. If you put your mind to it, you can go to the top. But getting there and staying there is two different things. And so that's one of the things that we look at when we go inside the prison and say, hey man, we don't want y'all to come out and then go right back. We want y'all to, to have a good transition, man, reintegrating back to the community. And I think that's important, because if they don't come, what you give, and I love it, right? Because it's like, that's where the balance is at. Because I always tell the guys, I said, no, listen, this is Dr. White here. This is where her profession is, man. This is her space, bro. Like her, I said, she's going to help you get the job. She's going to help you get the housing. She's going to help you do whatever it is that you need to do with this. I said, but you got to meet her halfway.
And then I'm going to say this, and you're absolutely right. And a lot of people say, how are you doing this without God has not allowed us to get funding yet.
Right.
We never got funding yet. But I'm gonna say this: whenever God tells you to do something and you're passionate about doing it, He always make provision line up with whatever your vision is. So even though we have never received received a funding or anything, but God hasn't lacked in us helping those individuals who get out. Man, woman, children. We have helped a lot of people. Even the Kia boys came through our program, and so that's why when people do give to our organization and give, it goes strictly to the need. And that's why I had some people say, why you always do videos or why you post? I want people to see what we're doing. You know why? Right. Because if they're donating, we got donors that are donating. Yeah. I want them to see, oh yeah, they did what they said they were going to do. Right. Because it's not about me. It's about helping those people that really are in need. And it's a lot of people in need, y'all, that get out of prison and they have nowhere to go. Yeah. How many people that we rescued from the power?
Man.
And thank God for my board. Thank God for my board of directors that said, you know what, we're going to get a couple hotels, or, God has allowed us to open up businesses for people. But I have 2 rooming houses. I'm full. It's a need for a rooming house, right. Or transitional living home, or one now with not only AODL, but now mental, not mental, but helping people with their mental capability.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know I was with the warden the other day, and he said he has like 6 people right now he want to give to me right now, where the house will be their payee and things of that nature. Okay. I said I don't have a house like that. Now, if I find somebody who want to open up one, yes, I can do it for them and then give them clients right away, because that is a need.
Of course.
Because a lot of people keep going back and forth to jail because they can't get off drugs, or they think that that's a crutch. You know what I mean? And at where the place where I'm talking about, where we deal with the drug population that has ability, drug and alcohol issues, or substances when it comes to how can I say it?
Just substance abuse.
Substance abuse, yes.
When people, because they, like you said, it's so much. The challenge is just it's enormous. It ain't just one thing, because like you said, we are here dealing with people with drugs, dealing with mental health,
Then helping mothers get their children back.
All of that.
They're not understanding why they can't, why the system ain't giving their kids back to them. So that's another thing, keeping them together. And then let me talk about one more other thing that's real. You ready? When people get out of prison, if they've been locked up a long time, let me just keep it a buck, okay? You know what I'm about to say. When they go, people, we got to be careful, okay? Even though I don't agree with fornication no more because God has saved me, but what I'm saying is real. So you got to be careful when you are dating someone, or if you have somebody that you was in that you've been with for a long time and they've been locked up for 10 years or whatever. You might, before you give up your body freely, go to the doctor. Or am I talking right?
Yeah.
We had a gentleman say, and I ain't saying the name, but we had someone say, I've been locked up 25 years and I never, pleasured myself in jail. And I'm trying to be nice because y'all know me, I just say what it is.
Right.
I never pleasured myself when I was locked up. And what did you say to him? What did you say?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe. You know what I mean? 25 years, you don't do. I mean, because now you're looking at the pressure that's mounted, when it comes to being incarcerated, because that's a part of your life. So, what he,
And we knew he was lying. I told him, I said, it's okay to tell your truth. It's okay to tell it's okay to tell your truth. But the thing is, you got to be careful. Right now, syphilis and AIDS is one of the number ones running, not only here, but in Atlanta, a lot of these different states. You got to be careful. So I say that to say this: if you have met someone that was incarcerated for a very long time, or you date, or you married, or whatever, dated someone for a long time, and you just might want to, before you go that extra line with them, just get checked out, because everybody's not always forthcoming, and then it is violence that happens in prison. But people say, "Oh no, that's a lie." Am I talking right? Things do happen in prison. Okay, so you wanna protect yourself on that, and then making sure that that when people do get out, they get the health care they need. How many people that we have talked to that now they discover they got all these different ailments because what did he say? What is
such? Oh, they gave you that just somebody gave you a message.
Oh, okay. See, I'm learning this all new, y'all. See.
Yeah, just a message.
Oh, okay. Yes. And thank y'all. We getting messages saying this is a great topic. It is, because a lot of people need to understand. And let me just say this too. Let's keep it a book. Oh, sorry. I bumped the thing. Let's keep it real. Hip hop rap is what it is. It's to make money. Everybody ain't about that life. So don't go and say, oh yeah, I seen so and so do this and they had a gun and I was able to do this and woo and have a blunt and all this. If you know that you are on paper, let me say it again. If you know you are on probation, I don't care what one of these rappers did or whatever. That is not your testimony, okay? It is not so easy like you think it is, getting locked up and think, oh yeah, when I get to prison, I'm gonna be with Fam and them. I'm gonna be with 21 Street. Am I talking right? Can we elaborate on that? Do it really be like that? It's not like that.
No,
trust me. Talk about
it. You check them guns in at the door, and that friendship that you had on the street.
Say it.
It's a different order, I know now a lot of the prisons is different. How younger guys that's in play right now versus the older guys. Because when I came into prison, there was structure, and you had to learn, how this structure go to be successful while you're in this prison, or you're gonna pay the price. And now guys are reckless. You know what I mean?
Are.
They go in and do whatever, come out, do whatever until something bad catches them, and then it's like now I'm caught. And so here's one thing I wanted to piggyback on what you said earlier, because when I think about funding, right? God has funded this because He has called us to do this, right? And so He has been funding us. It's kind of like when we look up and we say the giving. Well, a lot of people don't even understand. Listen, you sowing in good grounds. So in your mind, you may think I'm just giving them money, but it's like, no, man. What we are doing is for a bigger cause. Because if you got loved ones that's going back and forth to jail, you would rather put something. You look at it and say, I'm either gonna pay the cost this way or that way.
That part.
Because if I know there's an organization that can help my family, right, to eliminate him from going to jail, because if he or she go to jail, what the impact would be, not only if they got kids, parents, because I don't watch too many individuals super tough get that when they in match, when they say, hey, you got to go see the chaplain, you already know somebody dead, and then you're hoping that it ain't somebody you ain't ready to lose.
That part.
You know what I mean? So it's like when you're in jail and you're not understanding, like, hey, what we do, it really benefits. So when you do think about, should I give to this cause? Well, this is a great cause because one, we looking at the inner city all over the United States of America.
And who else on our program? Atlanta and Charlotte.
Yes.
And we will be going down there to do what we do. Okay, so I thank you for saying that, because this is nonstop. It just don't, it just stop for the 8 weeks. It's ongoing, and we tell our people. So far, God has allowed us to graduate over 3,800 people from our program from 2019 to the present, and still growing. We don't just cover people that's in Milwaukee. We have an online program too, that if they need help, we here to help them, because it does take a village. And I was going to say before we end, if you want to call us in at the station here, 414-255-1529, give us a call. We want to hear from you. We want to hear whatever challenges you may be facing. And if you have a loved one that want to be a part of our reentry program, it's free. Touch yourself and say, it's free. It's for me. We're going to help you, but we're not going to do the work. If that makes sense. We don't become crutches to you. We walk you through the process because we want you to be successful. We want you to succeed. We want you to be a great asset to your family and to society, because I believe in second chances. Because God, I'm gonna tell y'all something. If God can save me, He can save anybody. Just like you said, you was a hot mess, I was too. And thank God, God didn't come when I was in my mess, because I know I would have been in hell. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. You know what I mean? So with that being said, give us a call if you want to be a part of our talk show. I'll be a guest. Inbox me in the chat here on YouTube, on Facebook. Also, you can inbox me, Dr. Shauna Whitehead Starks. Give us a call at our radio station, 414-255-1529. We want to be. We want to hear from you. So, Anthony, let's tell everybody about our next show. Now, let me say this. Next week is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to everyone. We will not be on live next week. No show next week. But we will be on the following Thursday. We will be on the following Thursday. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, so our next show, we will be talking about
disparities of the disparities that individuals face leaving incarceration. That because this I want y'all to understand, like, this is gonna build. This show right here is the first show, so it's legendary, and you are a part of something that's brand new. So we're building. So the next time we hear is again recidivism, because why? We're dealing with the incarceration. Look at the United States of America. It ain't filled right in the colleges like it is in the prison. I mean, when you look at the black and brown people, they're going to prison. And my famous thing I love to say to them is, bruh, they not coming to get you. They ain't looking for you, man. You literally gotta you gotta do something that make them come and get you. Like you said, don't be mad if they do because they're gonna do their job.
That's it.
I remember like how I used to look at the POs, right? Until I got on this side. And then I started to think about, like, hold on. If this PO literally allow me to do what I'm doing, I'm going to be back in prison anyway. So if they don't put no guidelines, right? I see a lot of guys, hey, if you listening to this and you're on parole or you've been on parole, y'all already know that it was time that your butt should have been locked up, that PO didn't do it. And then it was time that if that PO didn't put you on the bracelet, you would have got caught up in some more stuff.
That part.
So now when you look at it, hey, they got to do a job, bruh. I need y'all to hear me clear. Y'all got to do y'all part. We can't keep looking at this thing. It's like, I love the Bible. He said the bird sees the trap and go around it, but my people see it and go straight to the hole. You can't keep walking blindly in this fight. You got a fight that is going to always exist until the day you die. And if you don't become a part of it, get armored forward, guess what? You will be in these kind of programs or in prison talking to somebody in a program.
And I want to say this for those who are falsely accused. There's some brothers and sisters out there who did not do a crime or been revocated for something they didn't do. I want you to know that we are, oh Lord, there I go again. I'm sorry. I want you to know that we are praying for you. We stand in the gap for you. And if your loved ones would email us, it takes a village sw@gmail.com, and you need something, we will make sure that you try to get it. Yeah. I just had to say that was pressed on my heart because I've met a couple people and I got a friend right now that's locked up for something he did not do. And we've been writing letters. We've been, just letting him know that we stand in the gap for him. Bobby Kenneth, I can say his name. Minister Bobby Kenneth, we love you. We stand in the gap. We're praying for you, and God's will be done in that situation. So
let me piggyback on that.
Yes.
And so now when you just tapped on that, there are people that's locked up, wrongly accused. Here's the thing I need you to understand, though. You got to put that Joseph mindset on. You got to understand, if I know I didn't do nothing, then it serves a purpose, right? That somebody else going to be impacted positively because of this, And if you looking at, instead of you sitting in prison, complaining, man, they got me locked up, for nothing. I know I didn't do this or whatever, right? You got to be able to take that ownership in order for you to be able to know, okay, God, you got me here, because nothing happens just to happen, right? Like we're here now. So we were supposed to be here, right? And so when people that's in jail, bro, you supposed to be here at this time, but you got to learn something. Don't sit in prison pissed off, angry, mad, because I'm telling you, if you do that, what you're going to do is come home and impact the community and the people that you love negatively. So that's something that when you hit that, I want to
and then one more other thing, and that's beautiful. And let me just say this last thing, and then we're gonna roll on out. If you are incarcerated, don't beat your loved ones up just because they're not doing what you want them to do right then. Okay? When you get on the phone, Betty, I thought I told you to call so-and-so. Listen here. When you in prison, Betty is doing that brick just like you. Okay? I used to date a dude in prison, and he used to do that. And when I said, oh, I'm getting ready to go out, my daughter over there, she like, I remember that. And I go, babe, I'm getting ready to go here. He'd get mad. I'm laying on this brick, and you sitting here kicking it. I had to let him know, listen here, boo. You put yourself on that brick, okay? Let's not get it twisted. I'm here to help you, but I'm not going to stay in the house just because you're locked up. So if you are locked up, because we do have some people that in prison, they're going to hear this on, they're going to hear this show. So I am saying, if that is you, please show grace and mercy and love to your loved ones that are standing in the gap with you. They feel it just like you do. That just because they might not answer that phone in the second ring don't mean that they out there doing something they should be doing. It's hard for them too. It's hard for the kids too to see mom or dad not there with them. So it takes a village. It takes a different mindset that we got to change and say, you know what? I'm unfortunate. This is something that I don't like, but we're going to deal with it on a positive note, and we're going to get through this. But tearing somebody down on the phone or when you get out, we getting all that rage and anger. We didn't put you there. So don't come because a lot of times people get out and they act entitled. And I have to bring them all the way back down, boo. Listen here. I didn't put you in that. I can't help you. I can't help if you went through that. I didn't do that for you. Okay? So with that being said, I
want to leave with this, right? So the Bible said in Ephesians 5:16, he said, redeeming the time because the days of evil. So I'm just going to leave you, if you're listening to this, Because when he said redeem the time, he said make the best out of your time.
That's right.
And if you are in that situation right now where you at the bottom, where you're in jail, whatever, use that time to renew your mind,
Yes.
right? To get that version of yourself that God, created us to be, which is greater than any opposition that you will ever face on this side.
That's right.
And I'll leave you with that one.
And the last thing I'm gonna leave with, because we are change agents, right?
Yes.
And I'm an ambassador for Jesus Christ. If you do not know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you can know him today. In order for Minister Anthony, and I'm also a minister as well, but you call me Dr. Shauna. If in order for us to have the conversation that we had to change our life. We had to change our mindset. And for me, I had to accept Jesus and say, you know what, Lord, I don't want to be that person no more. I want to be the person that you called me to be before the foundation of the world. You knew me. You gave me my identity. So if that's you, and if you want to say this quick prayer with me, Lord Jesus, I believe that you died on the cross for my sins. I am a sinner. I want you to come into my heart and be the head and the ruler of my life. Teach me how to live for you. Teach me how to give up everything for you, and that you will restore me back to you, Lord. I thank you for coming into my heart. I thank you for every lesson that you have showed me. And thank you, Lord, for just wrapping me in your arms. And I know that you died on the cross, and you rose again on the third day. And you are sitting right now with God in heaven. So, Lord, I thank you for saving me. In your name I pray, Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
And if you said that, listen here, sweethearts. You are now a believer. If anything happened to you right now, and I got to say it. Anything happened to you right now, anything. If the Lord was to come back right now, because he's coming. If he was to come back right now, or you just died and just stroked out, or just heart attack died, you will go to heaven. If you said it with a pure heart, because he said by faith, through grace, we are saved. Amen. Amen. So you are saved. So I just had to say that to you. I love you all with the love of the Lord. Please inbox us if you need prayer, if you need a Bible. We do feed the homeless every second Saturday of the month. This ain't just what I was gonna say, just a reentry, but it's also a ministry. Right. We love y'all. It takes a village. So we're gonna continue to have real conversation. Like I said, like the show is called, It Takes a Village. So let's talk. So with that being said, I'm Dr. Shauna Whitehead.
And I'm Minister Anthony, Mr. Provoking Thought
Williams. Because he does provoke thoughts. And so we look forward to seeing you all next time. Again, reach out to us, like us on Facebook, follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's WIYD Internet Radio Station, and you can find us everywhere. So toodles, we love you guys, and thank you for just taking time out of your schedule to talk with us. Yes. All righty, toodles. And we go in Facebook. All righty. And